Hello. What it do? I'm not sure about you all, but I'm so glad this is a short-ass work week. It's even shorter for me because I am going out of town tomorrow. So everybody, I got work tomorrow. Sucks for you.
Where you headed to?
Hey, look, I am going to sunny Florida. I'm going to Tampa. While y'all up here getting a 40-degree and the rain, I'm going to be in 75 in the sun.
You sure about that?
It's going to be 75.
Sound like you might be in 75 in a hurricane out that joint or something, man. You got to watch that.
Damn that. It's only 75. But to everybody, hope y'all have having a good week. Hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving, a good weekend. As you can tell, I am Breezy Taylor, AI, and we have a new addition to the show. For those that watched last week, you all recognize the actress Karen L. from DC Yuppies, as well as the Bad Web Series. Now she is a part of the Live from the Corner family. I'm going to let her take it away. She can talk about herself better than I can.
Hi, my name is Karen L. I do a little bit of acting and stuff.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad to be here on Live from the Corner Politics.
Yeah, that's it.
All that good stuff. Thank you.
So in case people wanted to get in contact with you, how can they find you, or where can they find you?
On Facebook, Karen L. On Instagram, it's also actress Karen L. Or Duchess of Dulce.
Okay.
And Twitter, same, Duchess of Dulce. It's spelled DUCHESSOF DULCE.
We're gonna have to, we're gonna have to put her information at the bottom because nobody's gonna remember all that. Right. That is so unique. Somebody is encrypting their own daggone.
Somebody's going. Somebody using your login as they password. Right? Somebody using your Twitter handle as they login for their computer.
Right.
As long as I don't get
complex.
Now, is that L the letter L or is it ELLE?
ELLE.
So you got the people know that. You got the people know that. All right.
Right.
Hey, y'all, man, where can people find you at, man?
Man, you can find me at McDowell Ferguson on Facebook, Red Nose 1999 on IG, Red Nose 199 on Twitter, and the Red Nose stands for the Pitbull, not the what?
Reindeer.
The clown, goddamn. Look, you better get it right, goddamn. We're going to get it right tonight.
All right. All right, so now we got the formalities out the way. We have another great show in store for you all tonight. As you can tell, we are joined by Karen, the new edition. And we have the good people from Shaolin Jazz that will be on with us. We got DJ Two-Tone Jones.
Yep.
That's going to be on with us, talking a little bit about what Shaolin Jazz is and Can I Kick It as well. Before we get to the Can I Kick It, let's talk about Menage a Trois.
Let's do this.
Menage a Trois. Threesomes, 2+1.
Hey now.
Or in better words, Nicki Minaj, Menage a Trois. So this was a magazine cover that she did for a paper magazine last week, and we have another picture of her as well. It gets her closely acquainted with herself. That's some porn.
Faces.
That's some Pornhub shit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's some RedTube.com. Not that I know per se, but I'm just saying that's like something you will see on a porn site. So, of course, she did break the Twitter, broke Twitter. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say, including Eve, who was on her first episode of The Talk, and she had some choice words about Miss Minaj. We got a clip of that.
It's one of those things because I worked with Nikki. I got to know her on Barbershop, and she is incredibly, she's a nice person. She's an amazing rapper, and as a lyricist, I respect her as a lyricist. Right. But as a woman, from my point of view, personally, I would not be able to do that. I think in this climate, it's not good. I think every artist has a right to express themselves however they want to express themselves, and I respect that as well. For me personally, as I started coming up in the business, I started realizing that young girls were looking up to me and younger people were looking up to me, and that, not that you want to be a role model, but it becomes what you become. It is what you are.
That's a responsibility.
It's a responsibility.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. And I have always, as I've gotten older, learned that I'd just rather be a voice that's uplifting, that is, that I can be a voice for those girls who might not have a voice in a different way without showing myself off with my brain, and I'm not saying, For the Nicki fans, because I know I'm going to get some tweets from her fans, honey. I know that's going to happen. For the Nicki fans, I love her, respect her. Go women in hip-hop. It's not my thing. I just don't think it's right. Personally. Period. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, and bringing back up last night, that was one of the questions I asked you last night.
Yes,
the state
you
of
did.
women.
Voila.
Magic.
How did you get here?
Magic. And we are joined by the magnificent DJ, Two Tone Jones.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
Part of DC Vinyl Heads.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Shout out to Soyo, shout out to everybody. Harvey did.
Soyo.
Shout out to everybody. Soyo, Harvey did. Everybody part of
Yep.
DC Vinyl Heads, as well as part of Shallon Jazz.
Yep.
Of all topics for you to walk in on.
Yeah. Nice segue right there.
Right. So next question, right? So with those pictures of Nicki Minaj and her Menage a Trois, what kind of feelings do you have? I mean, not what kind of feelings do you have. What kind of thoughts?
Yeah.
'Cause I have some feelings about that.
I mean, I say first off, I would probably echo the same thing that Eve said on that clip. Like, yeah, true as an artist, you're free. It's we in a country of land of free speech, free expression for the most part. But yeah, at the end of the day, like whether you like it or not, it goes back to, and showing my age a little bit, but I'm sure y'all remember back when we were younger and Charles Barkley did that commercial. Yeah, I'm not a role model commercial, and I'm sure he's probably eating his words nowadays off that, or probably went back on that years later. But if you're in the spotlight, you automatically going to be somebody's role model, and it's really up to you to determine whether or not you're going to be a positive influence, or you're just going to add to just negativity or whatever. I mean, but it's I think that it would just be nice for certain artists to just realize at a certain level, like, yo, I can actually inflict something positive on somebody else's life, and like doing it, like me continuing to do this is not, I could lie to myself. A lot of people would say like, yeah, I inspire people to do great things. Like, yeah, you're inspiring folks to, like, women to be objectified even more. Like you're just playing into that even more. So I'm sure she could maybe try to say that, but in all honesty, it's just like, yo, do something. It don't take much for somebody on that level to do something positive in somebody else's life and still keep it moving. Right.
But now, growing up in this era as a young child and seeing the slut shame walks and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Everything is, you're not supposed to fat shame. You're not supposed to do anything, right? You're not supposed to shame anything.
Yeah.
We're actually, in all honesty, in most cultures, outside of the U.S., the human body is celebrated, in that form and that, that way, and it's not taboo. Are we overthinking this?
I don't think so. I mean, because I think it's not a mystery that men commonly see women like that in places like strip clubs, in porno films. Like, that's not, it's not a mystery.
Pornhub.com.
And and yeah, certain men don't, they don't. Being completely honest, it's not like men, when they're in those arenas, look at women, in such a, outside of being an object so much.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put my male feminist / hip hop head hat on. So, growing up, when you were a woman artist, you were like the lone woman of the group. Like Eve was the first lady of Rough Rider. And so back in the early '90s, women dressed just like men did. The fatigues, wherever if they're from the East Coast, khakis, wherever they're from the West Coast. So they're the only women. So they didn't really show their feminine side.
Well, Eve did, though, bro.
Yeah, she did.
Well, Eve definitely showed her feminine side. She's the one with the paws on her breast. Like she really opened it up to fashion. She's really into fashion. She's a fashionista, so go ahead, bro.
But having said that, right, back then, and I don't want to be like this old man, but if you look at how hip-hop is compared to now, as it was then, originality, I think, was more prevalent then than it is now. So when you had these women that looked and dressed like men, they came just the hardest men on the microphone, and they wanted their lyrics to be focused on more than their appearance. And then you had Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim that came with the feminine side, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Because why can't you be a woman that look womanly while rap? Right.
Well, okay.
But now this right here, this is something completely different. Now when I see pictures like that, or if I was growing up in this time, and that's my first time seeing Nicki Minaj, I'd be like, to hell with her skills that she has in me, I would see more pictures of that. So I'm not focused on her skills. I'm focused on her ass, basically.
This is when I want to ask her, because Foxy Brown didn't necessarily. She was scantily clad too. Like it was
Oh,
boobs
yeah.
and butt
Yeah.
everywhere, like ashy cheeks everywhere. Patra, all these women.
Hey, there, don't say anything bad about
Patrick.
Patra. Don't say anything bad about
I'm
Patra.
talking
Come on
about
now.
Patra. She fulfilled a couple of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
young
yeah,
male
yeah,
fantasies.
yeah.
Come on now. You want to leave
Past
that
that,
out?
you dig what I'm saying?
Just love me some
But
Patrick.
like this is when we need the female insight, because I'm looking at this and I'm just like, well, if women go too hard, then we look at them like, okay, they're too masculine. And when they dress like that, I guess it's because their lyrics were so hard, or that they do come as hard, that they have to downplay it and dress feminine, or they have to dress really provocative.
But that's not dressing.
And
I don't think, yeah. But
But that's a photo shoot.
But
though,
we have examples of women who didn't go extra,
Like
like
Jean
that,
Grey?
like,
Yeah,
or
like Jean Grey.
I mean, I feel like the epitome of like, feminine beauty in hip hop is like Lauryn Hill when Miseducation came out. Like she was beautiful, she was sexy, but she didn't look like a stripper.
Karen, what do you get from those
You know,
pictures?
I mean,
What do
real
you get from
talk,
those pictures,
real
please?
talk.
I mean, from those pictures, I'm a little more conservative in dress than Nikki is, but I see it as, I do agree with Eve in some ways. I agree with Eve in some ways, but then I also think, well, why can't a woman own her body and her image?
Yeah.
I think it's a way of her taking control of her own image and taking the Kendrick Lamar song, I Love Myself, to another level, But yeah, it can also be influential on younger girls and cause issues with their own self-image, like a lot of magazine images do. But I don't know, so I'm kind of conflicted on that, but I kind of think, she should be able to control her own image and dress how she wants to.
So let me ask you a question, right? If with that, I'm pretty sure there's some level of empowerment, right? Mm-hmm. How empowered could a person be by doing something like that if the focus is not even on, with her being a rapper, her lyrics? If only people see and want to see of her is her ass, where does the empowerment come then?
Well, she's Nicki. People should know who she is by now. But even in like her earlier songs, she would always rap about her ass because there was a speculation of, oh, is it real or is it fake? So I think she kind of used it before.
She played it.
And to that point, and funny, and to that point, right? Erykah Badu did a video where she exposed her whole body, all the way down to the labia is everything, right? Yeah. And so with her doing that empowered her. And guess what? Everybody still respects her, because of it. Because men were curious. People always talked about her form, her shape. And then when she did it, it was just like hush. It just everything went still. Well, nobody else talks about it no more. Nobody looks at her any differently. You know what I mean?
Well,
now that's when it gets down to the message.
That's the hypocrisy right there.
There you go.
Certain artists, not that Lauryn Hill would, but she could do it and get a pass. Erykah Badu could do it and get a pass. Nicki Minaj do it. Everybody's you're gonna have Eve talking about it. I'm not sure Eve West said the same thing about the window seat video, which is one of my favorite videos that you're referring to. Right?
Yeah. No. It's not the window seat. There was another video where she was in a bathtub and she was going through her cycles of being a teenager,
But that was
losing her
another video,
virginity.
yeah, but
It was way different. She was full all on nudity. It was full nudity. And look at you, surprised. You missed it, right?
I missed that video.
Well, the window seat was walking down.
Hey, look, I just sliced it for you. Hey, look, he's gonna go home. You can get it on YouTube. It's
Send me that link
straight
real
art.
quick.
It's straight
Send me that
art.
real quick.
I guess for
Straight
me,
art.
I still
Send
see
me that link.
I still see a noticeable difference though. Like Erykah doing that was
It was
art.
artistic.
And but here's the thing, like there was no question about that though. Like it's not like she got naked and then she turned around with the ass pose, like squatting down, turned back, like like look at me,
look back at
kind of thing versus Anaconda video. Like come on, like it was borderline porn video.
All that was a
music video.
Fredericks
Like,
of Hollywood.
and a lot of
commercial.
innuendos or whatnot, suggestive things with like the banana and all. Like, Erykah didn't do that in the video where she got completely nude. She didn't start off, waxed or greased up in a bikini. Like she started off in just regular clothes and took it off and got nude. But there's also Lauryn Hill. Like again, there are pictures of Lauryn Hill in a bathing suit or like kind of skimpy stuff, but like it's still not done in a way of like I'm posing to really show off like
it's tastefully done,
dude. Like I'm not doing the extra of like really bring your attention to this and that. Like I'm not doing that. I'm just and I'm respecting my. I feel like she was empowering herself in those pictures too, but I don't think it was just as blatant of a thing of like well, yeah, let's be honest. Foxy and Lil' Kim came off the sex sales kind of stuff, in addition to their lyrics. But here's the other difference: like their male counterparts lyrically didn't show their bodies off. Biggie wasn't like topless and like,
But he's big.
Yeah, but Rick Ross is though. Rick Ross is like.
Yeah. But I mean, now you might have had an LL, but that's like earlier. But like, I mean, at that time, like Nas, Jay-Z, them dudes weren't like half naked all the time.
But you know one thing too, when we talk about Lauryn Hill right now, what do we say? We all miss the old Lauryn Hill. Her lyrics. She could, like you said, she could wear some semi-skimpy bathing suits, and the first thing people gonna look about is think about the album. Think about her content and her lyric ability as opposed to that spread that she's doing. Whereas someone like Nicki, you know, you can't help but see that.
But getting back to what Eve said and how she was back in the day.
But he was on that level, though.
Eve said what?
Eve
I
was
loved
never on
Eve. I
that
was a
level,
fan.
though.
Eve was never on what level
I want it
though?
to be Eve.
But I mean, Eve was a G when it came to rapping. Like
Yeah.
she certainly had flow, but her sex appeal was out of this world.
But
And she was really into fashion like that. She did wear certain things like, you know, bra exposed, everything. I mean, it's really no difference if you got pasties on or a bra. I mean, you can still see cleavage.
No, but say,
you know what I'm saying? Are we overreacting to this?
Fashionable and naked, two different things. You know, you can dress sexy, classy, and fashionable, and not just wearing, 3 Coke bottle tops and dental floss.
But she wasn't naked in none of those pictures, though. She didn't do anything that she didn't do anything out of the norm that any fashionista or anybody walking a runway would do in Europe. They go topless in Europe. They do things like that. I mean, are we overthinking this? Is this something
it's
that
the
we're
poses too. It's
Okay.
the poses that go with it too.
Okay, it's
I
the
said,
poses.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so it looks provocative. She is leading
trying.
on that she's giving herself, oral pleasure and
That's
things
what I'm
like
saying.
that. I
Like,
can
that's,
dig that.
that's a big difference from
That's
like
when
I'm
the
just
Minaj
naked,
part
you know?
comes in.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
but are we? Oh, go ahead.
What about in ancient civilizations when you see their art, like Roman and even like civilizations from the BC era? I don't know them all.
Oh, yeah.
But they'd have their little erotic statues and
Yes,
even
indeed.
their temples to the goddess of
love or
sex
something
of
like that,
love,
so-
something
Right.
like that. So
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
But then,
deity as opposed to a
yeah.
rapper.
I think it's an American
Yeah.
thing. I think this is
Still
just an
like that.
American thing to where we are just stuck. We cannot get over the female form, and nudity is taboo, and
I
it's
think
just
we
something
can.
that we're
I think
we're
we
not
can,
used to. We just had this conversation before we started the
I
show.
mean, I
that
mean,
this is a hard subject for anybody that has been growing up in Christian or religious society in America. That nakedness is not norm. It's not the norm here.
I mean, you're right to
Especially
an
the female
extent, but
body.
when I look outside, I see DC. I don't see Germany. I don't see France. So, unfortunately, we are where we are.
But that doesn't mean that we have to sit up there and frown upon it. I mean, me personally, those pictures, I can't. I don't know what tasteful is. It's not a work of art. It's nothing that I would look at this. I wouldn't hang that up on the daggone over top of my goddamn fireplace. But the thing about it is that
would it be your man cave though?
Right in a man cave, hell yeah. And hold up, when I was 16 years old, my man, I'd have that.
I had the
magazine.
little
You dig
Kim
what I'm
though,
saying?
man. I had the little Kim.
But what about XXL? That was around back in the 90s.
still around.
and
Very
now
true.
Very true.
They had
Yeah,
very
okay.
provocatively dressed.
But no,
yes,
but
BT.
BTL
Yeah,
came
yeah.
on at 2:00 in the morning though, not where most kids had access to.
Right.
Because I used, that's
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. Is that entertainment's fault that we have come so far along technologically that kids have access to porn on their cell phones?
That's technology.
That's technology's
Technology's
fault.
fault.
That's not necessarily the internet. Is
Access,
everything now.
yeah.
Like
And adults,
there's nothing you can do to
created
block
the
it.
technology
You dig what I'm
allow for the
saying?
access. So yeah,
I have a 16-year-old daughter, bro.
Yeah.
So like some of the things that she wears, I do not freaking agree with. She is built, and it upsets me at times. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I gotta understand that she's coming into her own sexuality. Like there's nothing. If I force her to do it, if I force her to not look at these women and try to idolize them or whatever, then I'm gonna force her to do something that I truthfully don't want her to do. Instead of me understanding that, okay, this is just a phase. Mm-hmm. And the first sign of disrespect that she gets, or the first, man that disrespects her, she's gonna get it. It's gonna register to her that I'm not a superstar. I don't have bodyguards around me to protect me from predators and and keep them off of me, and I can do whatever I want to do. There's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was feeling.
I'll tell you what, we're going to go to a quick break.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we got the good people of Shallon Jazz. They're going to join us.
Yep.
And talk about what they have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Be right back in a couple minutes.
Shouts out Nicki Minaj.
Look, it's magic again. We gained one, and one disappeared.
Yes, indeed.
But yes, we are followed. We are joined with the great people, DJ Two Tone Jones, Shaolin Jazz.
Oh yeah.
So,
Dope.
Mr.
Yeah.
Two Tone,
Yeah.
Shaolin Jazz.
Yep. It's a handful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to know the origins, how this thing. Hey man, we excited, man. You gotta tell us
I'm
everything.
gonna try to get the quick spit.
So talk to people like you're talking to a comic book nerd,
right.
you know what I'm saying, a kung fu theater nerd,
Yeah,
or
man.
what have you, a chess nerd.
A chess nerd too, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of I think with Shaolin Jazz, fortunately, we touch on like a lot of niches that most of us, at least if you're 30 on up, there's something in there that we might touch on, whether it's like martial arts films, like I said, chess or hip hop, jazz. So yeah, Shaolin Jazz, it basically kind of started just like a cool concept, you know. And me and my partner Gerald Watson, who who's here in spirit with us, meaning he's on the train. We basically came up with this concept born out of this event he was actually working on, and Gerald and I have actually, just quick little backstory. We've been working together on events and things like that for probably over 11, 12 years. And so over time and experience, like we just click in terms of like what we like, what we're into, and just kind of how we get things done. So he was basically doing an event called the Classic Series, where it was going to be it was an album cover art exhibition where he took a different genre of music. It would be hip hop one night, another night be jazz, another night be reggae. And it'd take album covers from a different DJ's collection, start off in mine, and then move to some other DJs. But it would put on the walls in a lounge like 60 or more album covers lined up. So like you kind of, you know, appreciating the artwork of the covers. But he went a little deep into that. He also made sure there was a DJ playing music just from that genre. He would ask me to do a little mix, a compilation CD to go along with it to help promote the event. We would interview people, online as well to get information about that genre, whether they were like a player, you know, back in the day. So when he did like reggae, he interviewed someone who was like an executive or worked at VP Records, which was, you know, known for reggae and dancehall, you know.
Definitely.
So stuff like that. So when he got to jazz, it was the very last one. He interviewed this guy named Logan Mills Walters, who was a graphic designer he caught wind of online, who did this graphic design series where he basically took different Wu-Tang album covers and flipped them and gave them this kind of like Blue Note jazz aesthetic, and he called it Wu Note. And Wu Note series. And Gerald interviewed him, and the guy, you know, was even like, he was like, yeah, I basically did this because I wanted something cool to go along with my Wu-Tang music in my iPod. That's basically why he did it.
Sweet.
The
So
album cover, cool.
so Gerald, you know, kind of light bulb went off in the conversation. He was like, because it's right before the jazz event, and he was like, "Yo, have you ever done like a cover for like a project, or have you heard of a project that has Wu-Tang and jazz?" And it's like, "Nah, but you know, if ever one existed, I'd be down to do a cover." So,
Right.
you know, Gerald hit me up instantly. He was like, "Yo, what do you think about this concept?" I was like, "Yo, it sounds dope. I have no idea what it'll sound like." You know, he's just like, "Yo, let's take jazz and Wu-Tang, somehow put them together, and that be like the compilation for this last event." So that was really all that it was about to be. And so I was like, all right, give me a minute. And so the event passed. You know, I was supposed to get it done before the event. That wasn't even close to happening. The event passed, a couple weeks went by. I was like, yo, I got one track. and I was like, yo, I'm gonna send it to you, but I want you to from this, get a feel of like how deep I'm going in on this. Like, cause you know, I don't take Wu-Tang lightly. I definitely don't take jazz music lightly. So,
I mean, if you're gonna be a Wu-Tang Clan fan, you might as well go deep.
got to, man. I can't just do anything.
Ain't no way around.
You can't cut the surface with Wu-Tang.
So it's interesting, you know, joint you mentioned off air. The first track was Cream,
Oh man.
and I had the interlude, everything all together when I first did it. Yeah. So hit him with that, and he was just like, "Okay,
Dope.
take as long as you need, brother."
Dope.
So 5 months later, finished the project, and the 37 Chamber mixtape was born. And the dude Logan Mills did the cover for it, so it has like a kind of jazz aesthetic to it. But from that, you know, Shaolin Jazz is kind of organically snowballed into a variety of other things, and nothing was forced. Like we didn't really plan planning this stuff out. Like when we put out the mixtape, we had no idea that like a couple years later we'd be doing lectures at colleges on jazz and hip hop, a live performance with the band and me leading a band and cutting the lyrics over the band, or you know the films, like all this stuff, artwork, the clothing. So everything just kind of it was just a perfect kind of timing of things based on, again, the years that Gerald and I put in together, just doing events and doing different projects. So we were able to kind of rely on different resources, connects to do things. So when it came time to put the mixtape out, we're like, yo, let's at least do like a listening party, a couple listening parties. Let's do one in DC and New York and Philly, since we've done stuff there. So we're able to, you know, connect, get venues and this and that. So that led to us doing a series of artwork inspired by the music. So the homie Ania Khan, who, you know, if you're in DC, you see Ania Khan's work all over the city. Ben's Chili Bowl mural is probably his most notable one, but he basically created a series of artwork based on Shaolin Jazz. So it was like, so when we had the first listening parties, there was artwork on display, and he was doing live art. And then, yeah, we just, again, ideas start coming just to kind of help give this more legs. So I'll just fast forward to now. Now Shaolin Jazz is still the music. We still put out every now and then different music mix projects, again, where we try to focus on Wu-Tang and jazz, and then we've also have this engagement where we it's called, I think now we title it Where Does Hip Hop Meet Jazz? And it was basically a multimedia lecture presentation we do at different colleges, universities, and other places where we explore the intersections of jazz and hip hop, and look at different aspects of culture, from dance to socioeconomic climate in the U.S. when jazz came around and hip hop came around. We have video clips showing, we have play music and stuff like that. So that's one engagement. We also have, like I said, Shaolin Jazz Live, which is a live band interpretation of the mixtape music.
That's what you spinning?
Yeah, so that's basically anywhere from like a 4 to 5 piece band with me leading the band and cutting the lyrics over the band, playing music in real time.
I was getting ready to ask you that.
Yeah,
because it seemed like it was very organic. The music that I heard, I don't know if that was necessarily, was that recorded in the studio?
No. Everything.
That was dubbed, okay.
Yeah, all that was like, all that was just done, you know, me in the basement, taking like just jazz records, originals, breaks. But then now with the live performance, it's a band just reinterpreting the music, and then I'm just cutting, like, you know, I cut and sing with them. And then also too, it's cool because it's an opportunity for people to, you know, see a DJ as a musician, like other
the turntable as an instrument.
Yeah. So I actually, you know, we take you know, just like the band members will solo and improvise, I do the same. So like I have my moments to do it just like the other members. There's nothing special where they got to stop and slow down just for me to get, like, I pick it up just like the, you know, the
people
drummer,
don't know how great a DJ's ear has to be.
Yeah, man.
They don't know
you
how
can't beat
great
it without an ear.
that you have to hear something from the past, bring it back up, and then be like, that fits perfectly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or it's time for the hook again, or or the tone doesn't match or whatever, you know. So it goes beyond just like there's a tempo match, but it's other things too.
So let me ask you a question. So when you tour these colleges, what is the reception that you get from the college students that's hearing Wu-Tang and jazz?
It's interesting, man. We get I would say kind of mixed, and not like, you know, folks leave out there like, you know, I had to sit through this, but you know, one, we definitely notice like the age difference and generational kind of differences. Where we'll reference people's names or artist names and have to stop and be like, I'm sorry, but y'all heard of them before? Y'all heard of De La Soul? Like, okay.
Which
Or
they
Tribe Called
should
Quest,
have,
or,
but
you
it's
know.
neither here nor there.
But yeah, a lot of them, I mean, because when you really put in perspective, like we'll be in front of audiences where like the average student was born like after 95.
Yeah,
Which is crazy. Like, so after
scary, isn't it?
after Illmatic drop,
Right.
after Southern Playalistic drop, like they are born after that.
Make
They
you
have
feel
no clue
old.
what it's about. They have no clue
or they
what
heard, or
Southern
you know,
Playalistic
like
is.
so. And it's interesting to, like, even with that too, hearing what it you know, you'll be surprised what people's like favorite albums from some of those artists are based on when they first heard them. So I've heard people even say, strangely enough, and this is one of my homegirls too said this, but she said her favorite Nas album, she thought the best Nas album was I Am. I was like, okay, all right. I was like, I've never heard anybody say that. Never.
Hey, what a rude awakening, though, right? What is
like, you know, but yeah, this is, you know, this is a reality a bit, but it's, you know, and I get it to a degree of, because I even have there are 1 or 2 albums where, like, even amongst my peers, we talk about somebody like Common. Like my first Common album that I really bought and really got into was One Day It All Makes Sense, the one after Resurrection.
Okay.
Which a lot of people first cite that one, you know. So there's different, you know.
Yeah.
And I get it because
that was his first album as Common.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, he's still Common Sense. He was still
Common Sense back then. Yeah.
Common. The first one was after that. That was like Water for Chocolate.
That's right.
There was that. Was that pre or after Erykah Badu? Which one did you?
That was way pre.
That was after. No, like Water for
He
Chocolate
was wearing
after.
crocheted everything.
Yeah.
So it's funny you mentioned the age difference. I was talking to a coworker of mine, and he's 21. So I'm talking to him about, you know, the Outkast album. I was like, man, I remember I bought this album in ninth grade, and he was like, that album was older than me.
Yeah.
So he wasn't even born yet.
Yeah. It's real, man. Like like I've taught high school students where they're like, yeah, I was born in '96. Like, what?
I know, bro. I know, bro.
Like, you know how many
My daughter don't even know
classics
what Pac is. She was born in 01.
Oh yeah.
She don't know what Tupac is or nothing,
That's
bro.
the thing. Like
nothing.
we're on the verge now of like, in a few years, they're college students who were born after 2000. Yeah, so that's, you know, I hate to make y'all feel bad, but you know, on the flip side,
I'm gonna go down my gray hairs right now.
on the flip side, you know, when we do go to the schools, there's always a few students who, like, you know, they're fans too. Like, even though they're born after that, they still
They
went
can
back.
appreciate the music, though, right?
Yeah. And then beyond that, we usually get, you know, in most cases, we get, you know, some of the best reception from faculty members.
Right.
Because they know.
Right,
and they'll be in the back of the auditorium like, I
we
remember
still
that.
young. We still young.
Yeah.
I said, have no CD right now.
What y'all know about that, little students?
Stuff come out, you know,
No.
stuff will come out there one day, students will know about it. It's like, man, I used to roll blunts. Oh, I mean,
Right. Little punk ass students.
yeah, that chocolate size, something like that. Like, what are y'all yeah, no ref, you know, they would know.
Right.
So
That's a previous life, life.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you took it back to chocolate.
chocolate size, man. You know, so 90s, man.
Might as well say the Chronic while you at it.
Yeah.
So on the film side of things,
Yeah. So one of the other
on
engagements.
the film side of things, I have to admit, can I kick it? Yo, I'm on your jock. I'm on the job with Can I Kick It. The first one I went to a couple years ago, I was at Marvin's. It was
that's right.
Big Trouble in Little China.
That's right. It's the first time we did that
Right.
one was actually a Mars.
And that's my first one. And seeing the movie, which is a great movie. It's a great movie.
man.
For those that born 95 or closer, go back and watch that movie.
Yeah.
By the way.
Phenomenal.
man.
Great film.
But to watch it and to hear, you know, the sample of, you know, Can Be All So Simple then. You know, or the original sample of Cream to the movie. That was dope.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Yeah.
That was genius.
Yeah, man.
I'm ashamed I missed it.
Man, there's plenty more, yeah. So fortunately, we do it every month in DC, and then we, you know, we've had a few opportunities to do some at a few schools and colleges, but I mean, we've been, I can't believe it's been like almost 3 years now where we started that concept, but that's of our engagements that we do now. That's like my favorite. That I think my partner would probably agree with me on that too.
So as the DJ, explain the preparation time it goes into.
It's a lot.
It's a scoring.
That's a lot, yeah. So if you're not hip to it, so with Can I Kick It, basically what we do is, you know, we screen different martial arts films, hence the Can I Kick It, you know, and we basically score the film live through the turntables. So, and that's not, you know, your traditional, you know, you can tell you it's not like we have an image up on the screen and I'm just playing music, but I'm playing every single scene. I'm transitioning with every single scene. I make sure the music I play fits the vibe of the scene or even speaks to the content. So, prep time, it's a very intricate process. I would say nowadays I've kind of maybe narrowed it down to sometimes I could do it in almost 2 days.
That's pretty
like,
swift right there.
So you narrowed it down to 2 days. So what was the before narrowed it down?
It used to take about a good 4 or 5 days straight not going to work.
Is there when it comes to the actual martial arts movies, is there a particular artist that you can run to that are guaranteed it'll fit? I know everybody got a go-to that they can, you know, that they
I can't necessarily say, well, maybe more so on the it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I can't really say that there's any one artist whose music we've used, you know, that I would say naturally I gravitate towards the most each time. But like, I mean, of course, by default, we probably play more Wu-Tang than anything.
We actually have a clip or a teaser of what was doing the summer series, which I went to every one of them. This was a description of the Can I Kick It? We have that clip.
Hey, yo, are you ready? I'm ready. And you know, they asked me to get on the mic, and they asked me, can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Can I Kick It for sure is a unique experience because of what we're doing with this combination between martial arts and hip hop. Essentially, that's an engagement where we're screening various kung fu movies. In the background, Two Tone is playing a range of classic hip hop, soul, funk, rock music.
So as opposed to different events where you have visuals playing and a DJ spinning music, in this situation, I actually perform a live score over the movies and mix that live on the turntables.
Some of y'all pals have heard, go ask them. When it come to murdering herbs, I'm old fashioned. Might roll past in an ice cold Aston. Pull up at the spot with the light bulbs flashing. Scene look kinda like a fight club happening. Everybody in their bag like drug trafficking.
When certain fighting scenes happen, people are cheering for the villain or cheering for the good guy, whatever the case may be.
It's cool to see, people bobbing their heads, but then still looking up and watching. And then even like, oh, we're providing Kung Fu theater.
Some of these kids, they, one, have probably never seen any of these movies. They like the idea of looking at an old movie. They like the idea of listening to classic hip hop.
So they were born after certain classic hip hop albums came out, so they might not have much of a reference to groups like A Tribe Called Quest or Wu-Tang Clan or De La Soul, things like that.
So we're able to give them those two things they're interested in but don't really know about.
Kind of a central theme with everything we've done with Shaolin Jazz is to do everything with purpose and do things carefully to make sure that we get it just right. In selecting the music for the films, I basically have a kind of a week-long process where I go through the movies several times and I select songs that I feel like best capture what's going on in particular scenes. Whether we're doing...
Yeah, so that was just a synopsis of what Can I Kick It is.
Yeah.
Tone, thank you for being here with us. Don't want to hold you hostage or anything.
That's all good, man.
Is there anything that you all have coming up in the future besides Can I Kick It?
Actually, right now it's just mainly just Can I Kick It. We're working on. We're always plotting and scheming on some different stuff. So we do have a few things that we're working on, kind of up our sleeves right now. Some special stuff. I can't give much away, but we are working on another addition to our music catalog. So if you enjoyed the 37 Chamber, there's something else coming soon that we can. Looking forward to finally putting out. And the next Can I Kick It, if you're in the D.C. areas, next week on Tuesday the 28th.
At Songbird in Adams Morgan.
Songbird Music House is always free. We always make these events free. Doors open at 6:30. We'll start the film around 7:15, and we're going to be showing the OG original anime version of Ghost in the Shell.
That's right. Not that bullshit Scarlett Johansson, but the original anime version of it.
And then just so y'all know, just if you want to mark calendars, in December, we always do it once a month, but the one in December will be actually the day after Christmas Day. So I think that's at like 26 or so. And in December, we always do Bruce Lee. So we're finally...
The OG.
Finally, and we've never done this film. Can't believe it, but we're finally doing Enter the Dragon this December. Yeah. So
hey, we there.
Please come through.
Hey, me live from the corner at Songbird, December 26th.
Yeah.
Well, I think I speak for my partner. Whatever y'all got going on, if you want to premiere something, then you're welcome to come here. If you want to premiere your next mixtape, whatever,
you're
welcome to come back anytime.
We'll do that.
Yes, sir.
We thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Real dope concept, man. Thank you so very much, big bro.
Thank you, man.
Right.
Let the people know where they can reach you at.
Yo, ShaolinJazz.com. Also, and that's SHAOLIN, the word jazz. Social media is all that too. Twitter, Instagram is just Shaolin Jazz. So hit us up, follow us. We got artwork for sale. We have a whole line of Shaolin Jazz apparel too. So we got T-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, pencil skirts, all types of stuff. So
dope. That's how you do it.
Yeah, man.
All right, so I guess we're gonna go to a quick break. Jacob, go ahead and take us out.
We'll be right back in a couple
minutes.
minutes.
Thanks a lot, big bro. It's been true. Right. Just size, boy.
Man, look.
Just size on this show. We got something to do on
So,
Tuesday
man, no,
night
you
show.
know what? Me and you, we got beef, man. We got beef, like for real. I've been telling you a whole year about can I kick it. I've been telling you for a whole year, can I kick it, right? Yeah, man, whatever. And now you hear from the horse's mouth. Now you sized.
I'm a grandpa, boy. I'm a grandpa.
Like I ain't nothing, right? Like I ain't nothing.
I like to be at home with some Cheetos and a motherfucking and an album of I don't know. I actually, funny enough, I look at The Last Dragon all the time. We look at Last Dragon, things like that. The never ending story. I'm an old dude, bro. I'm an old dude by heart.
But you have not seen it until you have a hip hop soundtrack. You ain't seen it.
I can't freaking wait.
Right.
I can't freaking wait. I'm actually stoked about it, man. Hearing his commentary, bro, dude was very insightful, man. He's a dope dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can talk. I mean, I'm pretty sure he could have filled the whole hour.
Right.
With his explanations of how he came up with those concepts, bro. That was amazing.
So going from a dope topic, to possibly being on dope. In Maryland, what was it? In Brandywine.
Good old B-More.
B-More,
Don't say no daggone Brandywine, fool.
All right. In B-More, we
B-More,
had
man.
In the B-More area, right? In the B-More area,
where's Crank Lucas when you need him?
There was a real life ham burglar in the B-More area. We have a clip of this beautiful footage of the real life ham burglar. Yeah, it's a McDonald's one.
Yeah, it's actually exquisite. I like it.
You stole my wallet, you fat bitch.
All right, we back. All right, so you know what? I don't know what's more impressive or disturbing. The fact that not only did she look inside to see if anybody was there, at that point, if you had to look inside, you probably gonna get caught if somebody was actually there. Right. The fact that she made a drink like she placed in an order and put a lid on top of it. Mind you, it's a drink you're not even paying for. Doesn't matter if it has a lid on it or not.
Bruh, damn that. The fact that she's so agile at that weight to get up in them damn drive-through window. I was hoping that I was going to see a fellow like whatever the hell type of head she is out that junk giving her a boost. She ain't need no boost. Yo, she might be 7 foot in person, because that's a long, she should have been she must be an ex-gymnast or something. That's some... what is it? Not Nancy Kerrigan.
In the previous life, right?
Bruh, that's some good God Almighty.
So she actually ended up stealing $1,400 of what? I don't know. What you could steal $1,400 worth of McDonald's?
French fries and a Happy Meal box? That's $1,400?
$1,400. I mean, it's still a purse too, as you saw.
Hey, McDonald's, bust down, champ. Hey, look, I'm trying to become an investor or something, bruh.
So
$1,400 fries and shit.
So I guess times is rough when you got to break into McDonald's. Now, McDonald's was actually closed at the time. The window was conveniently unlocked.
Right.
For her to get in. Right. Now, I guess it's really hard out there for a pimp.
Yes,
you got to steal in $1,400 worth of stuff from McDonald's.
Man.
Real quick, and this is on a sad note, Della Reese, for all those who don't know, was a multi-talented jazz singer, R&B singer, actress, You know, a pastor.
Yeah.
At that, you know, she unfortunately passed away on this past Sunday. So we definitely send her regards out to her and her family. And look, even at that age, beautiful.
Gorgeous, bro.
Gorgeous, bro. And it was actually kind of sad when I went and thought about it. Pretty much 3/4 of the cast of Harlem Nights have passed away.
Yeah.
You know, look at that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not to mention Tommy.
Yeah.
You know, Tommy, he passed away.
Yeah.
So definitely want to send our condolences, out, to them. I also want to send condolences to Chrisette Michelle's career, or what's left of
the hell
one.
with that.
So after her, stumping for Trump, right, and getting called to the carpet and being so sorry, which I don't wish upon nobody. She I guess saw the light. She had a road to Damascus moment.
Yeah.
She made a song called what else? Black Lives Matter.
Boo.
Boo. And we have a little bit of the song. Jake, you could play just a little snippet of the song.
What's supposed to be understood will always be misunderstood until it's time to be understood. Enlightened where the ego's removed. What's supposed to be truly heard.
All right, yeah, so that's enough of that. So, of course, everybody has something to say. What's your opinion about that?
Well, going over the lyrics and everything, and we should stand or whatever the heck she said. I forgot exactly word for word what she said verbatim. But it has something to do that we should stand while we're black or something. I stand with the black. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of odd what she said, bruh. I sat there and I listened to it twice. You know what I'm saying? It's corny. I don't like it. Chrisette Michelle used to be wifey. I'm sorry, love. You can come back to DC. We'll introduce you to gospel. Make things right for you. You dig?
But I feel like I'm being pandered to, right? So, I mean, how else do you get back in black folks' good graces? Through the church, right? Just like any white politician, where they go to church. Yeah. So now you sing Black Lives Matter in a gospel-like way. So I guess after the backlash of you stopping for Trump, now you want to go all the way black again.
Nope. I needed to go blacker than that. I need some black power. What is it good for? I need some I need to see her getting arrested stealing out of a McDonald's. That's what I need to see. I need to see what that other broad did. I need to see her get dedicated to being black.
Because, when I think of Chrisette Michelle and Black Lives Matter, I think of, like JT said, we don't believe you, we need more people. And on that note, we got to get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
I am Breezy Taylor. You can find me. Oh, we thank you. Thank you to Shallon Jazz. Thank you for Two-Tone Jones. Thank you to Gerald. Everybody out there, Shallon Jazz. Y'all welcome to come back here anytime. You all can find me, Breezy Taylor, Breazy Taylor, on Instagram. Breezy, Breazy Taylor, on, my mind went blank.
Old man.
Twitter, Breezy.Taylor, number 5 on Facebook. Hey, y'all, what's up, man?
Hey, you can find me at A.M. McDowell Ferguson on Facebook, Red Nose 1999 on IG, Red Nose 199 on Twitter, and the Red Nose stands for the pit bull, not the goddamn clown. And guess what? We all made in Africa, people.
Right. And we hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Don't get too full of that turkey and yak. And we out of here.